and he got the 1, 2, 3. And seriously, the reaction to this, I had tears in my eyes, and I don't even know why. Everybody came out, which brought us to our main event.
Woo! Yes,
because it is Brock Lesnar.
What's good? Dark Knight motherfucking gang. I'm Neptune. Alright, bro, look. Today I'm about to react to a video. You see the title, Ups and Downs, WWE Backlash. Shout out to What Culture Wrestling. Shout out to my boy Simon. This should be a fire video. I'm trying to see what happened in all the different matches. I'm trying to see who won. I'm trying to see the Latin world order in its... But yeah, bro, I hope everybody having a good day, having a great day. I'm ready to watch this video. Shout out to the fucking gang. Let's go.
Well, seriously, Puerto Rico, what an amazing crowd you are. So much so, I don't think we've done this before. Oh, I'm not even kidding. We're not even...
That's how I lick your mama.
5 seconds into the video. But if you were going to make this much noise and you were going to make me feel this warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum, I'll do whatever I can. Massive up for you. Also, hello, my friends. It is I, Simon Miller from What Culture here, and it is Sunday morning over here in the United Kingdom, and I presume across the world. I think that's how life does work. And given that WWE just gave us a Backlash pay-per-view premium live event, I shall take the finger of power and give the good bits an up and the bad bits a down, because otherwise we'll all die. Let's go. But seriously, this crowd was absolutely mad. It made this entire event so damn fun, especially when we kicked it off with Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship. Or maybe the SmackDown one. I have no idea. The audience had also decided, well, we're going to support you, Io Sky, and we're going to boo you, Bianca Belair, even though Bianca...
Nigga, I'm just saying. Who gon' boo Bianca, nigga? Bianca that big, nigga.
When her music hit, but do you know what this did? Hopefully it sent information to the WWE powers that be that said, have you seen how Io Sky wrestles? She's a really good babyface. Listen to the reaction she just got. Let's do it. If we do not have massive plans for her in 2023, we're crazy. And I tell you, Bianca just has everything. So what we need to do now is we need to put her into a super duper mega feud that feels like a big deal. Because at the moment, all her programs are just a little bit unfocused, and it's stupid. I mean, the champion's backbreaker dropkick vertical suplex combo was like Mortal Kombat levels. And then when she did the one-arm press slam,
that's fire.
Just threw Sky right onto her face. And I was like, that's it. She's gonna break her skull. We also had the story hanging over our heads that maybe, just maybe, Damage Control weren't very happy that Io Sky was in this position. When Belair went for a 450, and everything shifted because she missed. To get revenge earlier, Io was then able to reverse a powerbomb into a facebuster of her own, meaning that nobody was gonna go home without their own face. What? When she also hit the double knees, when these two just started reversing everything, they had been practicing their Y button counters. Sky then did this ridiculous moonsault to the outside when she was going to go for a Hurricane Rana, when Bianca Belair caught her and hit her with a bomb of power. Honestly, for an opening match, this was so damn entertaining.
It sound fire.
Brought out Damage Control as well, and this was really subtle because Dakota Kai was kind of going, Bailey, I don't think we should do this, although Bells was adamant, and this ties into the fact that maybe, just maybe, they are going to break up. What we probably should do is keep these two heels, and as we've already talked about, make Io Sky a babyface. They started to grab Bianca's hair as well, which never really does much for me because I can't empathize. When we had this great near fall, because Kai was casting distraction, Bianca had to go to her, which is when Sky hit the most devastating move in
No, nigga.
What's Entertainment Surprise Roll-Up, now available on Pro Wrestling Tees. Honestly, I actually bought it. Idiot. Bailey was then just getting in the way, so Belair had to deal with her, and because the referee was distracted, Dakota essentially kicked Bianca Belair right in the head, so there was more teases and there was more distractions, especially when Bianca Belair was on the floor. Bailey just grabbed her hair. So, you're not going to be able to get up. But the ref was looking at this and said, listen, you can't come out here and do this. Would you just stop? It also created the opening for Bianca Belair to hit the KOD, and she got the 1, 2, 3, or the Uno Dos Tres and retained her championship. But we did a lot
All
here.
right.
We were layering it like it was an onion. And like I just say, it was just the best way to kick off this pay-per-view.
Yeah, it sounded like a great...
I really enjoyed myself, and it's getting it up. And then...
That sounded like a very entertaining match. I thought Bianca Belair was going to lose when he said, old girl hit her with a surprise roll-up. Oh, my God. I was about to start crying. But all right, okay. That sounded like a great match. Shout out to my girl, Bianca.
We just had some fun. Because Bad Bunny was in the back as Rey Mysterio was like, man, you're going to be so great later. I'm going to pump you up. When of all the people, in walked Savio Vega, clearly the most popular man in Puerto Rico. They couldn't help but laugh because the reaction was so loud, and who doesn't love Savio Vega? And he was like, hey, Bad Bunny, here's a kendo stick, here's a flag, I'm with Ray, you've got to go out there and do us all proud. And my word, did he do that? I am actually excited to tell you about that match. It may be perfect. When we got some more sports entertainment, and it was fine. Now, do not get me wrong, when it does come to Seth Rollins versus Omos, we don't know why this exists. We don't know why they were having a match. And really, we don't know much of anything. But other than the fact that Vince McMahon loves a good giant and wants to insert them onto every show, I suppose that makes sense.
He does.
But here's what we did. Seth Rollins is a terrific professional wrestler, one of the best in the world.
For sure.
He turned this into a
Top 3. Easy.
And as for Omos, I'm saying it right now. I think he gets better each and every week, and we are doing him a disservice by going, oh man, he's not very good. I say, good. It's also quite funny as well because Seth was just standing there as the fans went, whoa, ho, ho. So he just booted him right in the face.
Omos.
It's a bit like, yeah, you would do that. You wouldn't just stand there and let this happen.
Exactly.
The referee also had to go check on Rollins as we were all like, oh, he may be dead, but he wasn't. So he was able to get back to his feet. And then he went to hit Omos with a dive, but this was like trying to attack a wall. It didn't move. Instead, Omos grabbed Seth and he slammed him into the ring apron. And the ring apron, hang on. I'm gonna become a ring apron he can't refuse. What did he say? I think he said he's gonna make them a ring apron they can't refuse. He's lost it. Yeah, but the ring apron, it is the hardest part of the ring. Rollins knew that combos were gonna be the way, especially if he focused on the legs. Of course, it doesn't matter how tall you are, if you can't walk, you're not gonna be able to be a big man wrestler or something like that. Which is when he actually went for the pedigree. I was shouting at my TV, Seth, what are you doing? It even looked redonkulous, because Omos is so big, he was coming out here like a step. And of course, he just gave Rollins the back body drop and was like, you absolute fool. We then did this really cool spot because Seth Rollins was able to hit the frog splash. And Omos just kicked out at 1. And the commentators sold that like it was the greatest thing ever. So we were doing all we could to ensure that Omos remained a big guy.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively. I'm going to stop doing it. He also tried to hit him with a curb stomp, but Omos would not be moved.
God damn.
When the leader of the Homo sapiens gave him this big old choke slam. Because I wasn't entirely sure what direction we were going to head in. I actually thought he was going to win. I was wrong. Instead, Rollins superkicked MVP, who was trying to be an interfering Ian. He was like, man, I am done with this. When he essentially just hit Omos with all the curb stomps. When that didn't work, he went to the top rope. He hit a super avalanche curb stomp and eventually beat him for the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, snap.
This is just everything it needed to be. It was David versus Goliath. It reminded you that Rollins is great. And of course, you have to imagine Seth is at least going to be in contention to become the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. And this was a great way to justify it. I may even watch this again. That's right. I'm not going to. I'm exaggerating. But up. Which is when WWE...
Okay. Seth Rollins and Omos had a great fight. It made Omos continue to look beastie. That's good. I'm glad he's starting to become better and better. Because at first he was just that's why I call him the Jolly Black Giant. He wasn't that beastie. But now he's starting to look more beastie. So that's fire. But my boy Seth Rollins, you know what I'm saying, got the W like how he was supposed to.
WWE kind of just did exactly the same thing. Because look, I like long matches. Usually that's where the goody great wrestling stuff is, as you peel open its innards to look at the guts inside. But sometimes you have to look at a card and go, you know what? Let's not overcook the pudding. Let's just get things done, which is exactly what we did when it came to our United States triple threat match. Because this couldn't have gone more than 6 minute tops, and it was Bobby Lashley taking on Bronson Reed versus Austin Theory. And they kind of just did exactly what you would expect them to do. Bronson and Austin teamed up to begin with to beat up Bob because he's a monster. When Bronson was like, I'm only kidding. I don't want to be friends with you. And he took out Theory. Reed was also crushing people with tackles when all of a sudden Bobby Lashley had the hurt lock on people. So it was just a good bit of wrestling tennis. Bronson also flew in with the tsunami, but Austin Theory broke that up at 2, which was a really good little spot. Basically, this was big men
slapping meat.
Yeah. Well, Austin was like, well, I'm, kind of jacked too. Can I join in? And they said no. Reed was so incensed, he then went for the moonsault. And honestly, nobody was able to hit a moonsault at Backlash, so he did miss. Which is when Lashley was back on his feet, and he ran in with the spear. And I accessed my brain, and my brain told me, yes, we are having fun. That's all I need, F-U-N. This also opened the door for WWE to do their favourite three-way finish, because by this point, Austin Theory had taken his Phoenix down. He saw what was going on. He got Lashley out the ring, and he made the pin. And he ran away going, I just stole my United States Championship again.
I like Austin Theory.
I really do think we need to push the whole I beat John Cena more.
I like Austin Theory, yeah.
We're not going to talk about it again. Or at least not here. This was actually quite good. It was fast-paced, and before you could even sit down to get comfortable, it was over, and we were on to something else. And there is a certain beauty to this.
Yeah, I like that.
Again, you don't have to have everything go forever.
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous. Giving it up. And then, oops, we did it again.
Short, sweet, straight to the point. That last match, Austin Theory now is the champ. That's fire. I like Austin Theory. I like Bobby Lashley a little bit better. Austin Theory character is better than Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley definitely looks like a stronger wrestler. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad at Austin Theory for getting the dub.
Because look, it was Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for one of the damn women's championships. And we didn't have to do anything. Because as soon as Zelina made her entrance, everybody went wild. And when she got her ring announcement, even I had water in my seeing device. You could see how much this meant to her. And I was like, this is what wrestling is all about. Screw the moves, screw everything. It's about the moments. Ripley didn't care, of course, so she ran in and just smashed her. But when Vega started to come in with these strikes and started to do moves off the top rope, I actually said to myself, well, clearly Rhea is going to win. But given how loud everybody in this building is, if WWE decided to call an audible, have Zelina Vega win, and then you get to Raw, and Rhea Ripley just wins it back, I wouldn't have moaned about it at all. At one point, Rhea also cut her off by just headbutting her, and that made me laugh. I'm like, yeah, that'll do it. But once again, Zelina Vega was the ultimate underdog here, and if she was victorious, as you could tell she wasn't, even M. Bison would have been fine with it. He would have understood. There was this great moment when Rhea went for the riptide, but Zelina Vega turned it into a DDT and even hit the 619 for a near fall. And the crowd absolutely thought this was going to be the end. More fool them because it wasn't. Instead, Ripley basically dusted herself off and just hit the riptide. And my gosh, she squashed Zelina Vega and got the 1, 2, 3. And look, all of this is fine. I think 2023 should be the year of Rhea Ripley.
Facts,
this
nigga.
This is just warm and fuzzy in your tum-tum stuff. This whole Backlash show, who booked it? I'm giving you a round of applause, and I'm giving you it up. And as bonkers as all of that was, it was nothing compared to what we were about to do.
I gotta hear this one.
Because it was Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest in a street fight.
Oh my God.
This is one of the best things WWE has done in ages. We even made sure we threw some story in here because much like Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest was wearing white because they believe they're the heroes of the piece. And the reaction that Bad Bunny got, I want to be too hyperbole here, but if you want to compare it to a Stone Cold Steve Austin pop, you probably could. People loved this man, and that energy generated from the TV, it came flying out, poo-poo, it hit me in the face, and I felt it too. Also, whoever decided to let the Naughty Rabbit do a singles match and ensure it was a street fight so we could have all the bells and whistles, well, you deserve a kiss and a hug too. I can't remember if I already said this, but I'm going to say it now. This was pretty much perfect. I mean, Bad Bunny hit a Michinoku driver early on. I was like, how the hell did that happen when he got his kendo stick? But this is when Damien grabbed it and just went blah, and he broke it. If I did it, it would look stupid, but he makes everything look so damn badass. Bad then fought back for a little bit when Priest cut him off, and this is the most important part. He hit him with that big old choke slam, and he had him pinned. That's right, the ref went 1, the ref went 2, and he was going to go 3, but Damo picked him up and was like, no, not on my watch. He disrespected me, so now I've got to kill him. Now, of course, you can see how this is going to end, but when we get to Raw and SmackDown, or wherever the hell Damian Priest goes, he can say, well, this was my fault. That was really clever. He did pose for way too long, though, so Bad Bunny got a chair and just threw it right into his face. When he did get a kendo stick, he just started to light up on this guy. Plus, he got a trash can and was just whacking him in the skull. I was like, oh my gosh, Damian Priest is being murked. He also hit this amazing DDT and this even more amazing crossbody to the outside. And don't forget, this is like the equivalent of Michael Jackson versus Shawn
Yeah,
Michaels.
that's what I'm saying. This is so fire, nigga. Bad Bunny is this fucking lit in WWE. This is dope, nigga.
30 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
This is so
It was
fire.
the best 2 + 2 = potato ever. We then had more garbage cans as the rabbit hit this picture perfect Falcon Arrow. I was like, what was going on? And he had kind of whammed Priest so much, he was busted open a little bit. Yep. Damien then went full asshole because he pretended he was gonna leave, but this was a ruse just so he could start using garbage cans of his own. Then we were using Savio Vega's kendo stick as well. When they walked off into the crowd and they went on this box-like structure, and Damien Priest gave this Falcon Arrow to Bad Bunny. And look, it was through a bunch of tables and a bunch of stuff that was there to protect their fall.
Yeah.
But this guy is a really successful musician.
Exactly.
He doesn't need to be doing this
Exactly.
stuff. It's absolutely wonderful.
No, that's what makes it
This
so
man is a
fire.
legend. It was also great because Damo then just grabbed his corpse and was dragging him back to the ring as Adam Pearce and all these officials were like, please, would you stop? You're going to end this fall. When the shenanigans somehow increase further. Because the way Bad Bunny got back into it is by going, wait a minute, I can see Rita the ring post, and Damien Priest is quite tall, so maybe I should start working on his knees, when he also got a steel chair and just started to blast him. Now, clearly, Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor had been watching from the back, because they ran down. This when it was going to get fun. Because after Damien had been smashed in the testicles, Balor and Mysterio started to light him up. When Rey Mysterio came out, he got a massive evasion. But of course, the wrestling math doesn't work out here. We needed one more guy. When of all the people, Carlito's music hit, and you would have thought this was, I don't know, the king of the world. People went crazy. And as someone that always thought Carlito was underrated, it actually made me feel proper joy. It was also the condom as well who tried to spoil this party because he is the best heel in the world. But Rey Mysterio, old Daddy Ray, he eventually gave his son a 619 when Carlito got his apple and decided that Dominic wasn't cool, and he spat it right in his face. Once again, biggest cheer you've ever heard. And they got even better because Savio Vega's music hit, and everyone went, ah, it's Savio Vega.
Sound like everybody.
He was here to deal with the judgment. This shit sound lit. Once again, even though he doesn't move very well these days, he's just so damn cool. Look at me. Look at my stupid face. This is sports entertainment done right, and no one does it better than WWE. And some people have gone, oh, it was overbooked. I'm like, oh, shut up, get back in the oven with you. What are you even talking about? And then the LWO were here, and Zelina Vega was here, and she was taking on Finn Balor and Dominic too. And it also made me laugh, because this is classic NWO stuff. You just keep adding members, but who cares? I'll be part of it too. We then went back to the ring, and all of a sudden, Bad Bunny had Damien Priest in the figure 4. It's like, what the hell is going on? But when Priest was back into it and he went for something, the rabbit turned it into the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. And he almost won. I tell you, I bit again. He then did level up though, because he hit a sliced bread of all things, when after he had wrecked Damien Priest with a chair, he hit the Canadian Destroyer, and basically fell on the Judgment Day man, and he got the 1, 2, 3. And seriously, the reaction to this, I had tears in my eyes, and I don't even know why. Everybody came out to celebrate too, and I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah,
no,
that's
fire. Not true at all. I know exactly what to do, because it doesn't just get an up, it gets a golden up. This is honestly something every single wrestling fan needs to see.
Yeah, that's
There'll always be one guy, oh, well, it wasn't for me. Okay, I don't care, because I thought it was joyous, absolutely a golden up. Bad Bunny, man. You are a flippin' hero. We still had a couple more matches after this, which was always going to be hard, but given who was in it, these worked too, especially because next up it was the 6-man tag. Ruh-roh. That did indeed mean Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle taking on the Bloodline. And think of the stakes here. The Usos.
You know what? I want Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle to win. Ooh, let's see.
Had basically been told, do your job and win, or Roman Reigns is going to kill you.
Exactly.
That's pressure.
So I want them to lose.
The opposite way to most of the card because they did get loads of time, but that's actually why it stood out. They had loads they needed to do, they had narratives they needed to tell, and here they had the space to do it. Smart. Ow. A lot of this too was all about Solo Sikoa having to sort things out as well, which was very interesting, especially because Jimmy and Jay must have felt the tension all around them, because at one point they accidentally super kicked each other. And as Corey Graves says, that doesn't happen to the Usos.
Right?
What the flub is going on? It also led to a great near fall because Kevin Owens then slid in, hit the pop-up powerbomb, but it was 1-2 kick out, which is when Sammy tagged in, and he hit the least devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the Blue Thunderbomb. Because as I told you before, It never works. Surprise, surprise, it didn't work here either. The Usos were then spamming super kicks so much so I started to laugh. I was like, look, if your kicks are that super, I guess you would do it. When Jey Uso and Sami Zayn got into it again, because Jey was like, you ruined my family, you ruined it. I was like, Jey, I don't think it's got anything to do with him. I think you need to look above. Solo was sick of this though, because he just wanted to get the match won, so he tagged in. But Jey Uso looked at him like, how dare you spit in my soup? So when he did go through the ropes, he then slapped Solo Sikoa on the chest.
I knew they was going to have issues.
Oh my gosh. You could see the look in Sikoa's eyes. He had decided, well, now I don't care about anybody else, and I'm going to finish you off. Uh-oh. It's also when Sami flew in with the haluva kick and Jey Uso ducked, meaning he did take out Solo instead. And he turned around. He gave another haluva kick to Jey Uso, and that got broken up at 2 as well. These guys are great wrestlers. Once again, you could just see that Solo wanted to take out Jey, but all of a sudden Riddle was back in there when Kevin Owens was too, and he got Samoan spiked for another near fall, so I was going all wibbly wobbly. Because there was so much carnage, all of a sudden somebody came behind Sikoa, touched him on the shoulder. He turned around and went, ha ha, I'm gonna hit you with my silly thumb. But it was Jey Uso, and they had this moment where it was like, oh, I don't like you anymore, and you don't like me, but we can't tell each other that, what are we gonna do? I mean, Uso basically dared him to take him out, and if we ain't doing Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos in a few months, what the flub are we even doing? It all got stopped because Sami Zayn was back in here.
Okay, I was ready for them to fight.
But at this point, Solo Sikoa had basically evolved into a man mountain. He saw Riddle, he gave him the Samoa spike, and he just pinned him. Now, I didn't think they were going to be victorious.
Okay.
But this worked so well, because again, Solo Sikoa just keeps getting better and better and better. The absolute best bit, though, was afterwards, because Jimmy was like, wait, we did it. He had no idea about the tension. He had no idea what was going to happen here. And he's in trouble too, because the Usos come as a pair. So this was another great match. It is getting it up. Once again, I don't know what
they got their storyline coming, yeah.
Backlash.
We got to see.
Greatest pay-per-view premium live event I've ever seen. Kinda. Which brought us to our main event.
Woo!
And because
Yes,
it is Brock Lesnar, we're not mucking around here. It was 10 minutes. It was all like, look, here's your muffin, stick it in your toaster, we're done. Cody Rhodes must have felt the same because he attacked the Beast during his entrance and he dove on him, he was hitting him with steel chairs and he was hitting him with some of the steel steps. He was like, I understand you're a man mountain, but I'm Cody Rhodes, whoa, and I will not be beaten. The best thing about Brock too is that if he does like you, he will just sell like crazy. And he took a right ass kicking here until Cody went for the Cody Cutter, and then, my word, Lesnar went crazy wazy. Because he caught him in midair and gave him a German suplex, caught off Zeus Schneiden, and then it was the usual, suplex, 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 suplex. Or suplex, I suppose. That is how it's written. All of this built to Cody accidentally grabbing Tina the turnbuckle and exposing the steel underneath. And then when he was laying in the corner and Brock Lesnar charged at him like an Arkham Asylum boss, the American Nightmare got out of the way, and honestly, there's no way this was planned. And if it was, good grief, it was pulled off well. But Lesnar's head went right into this, and he was definitely busted open for real. I mean, the blood flowed like a fountain. Although you can't lie, flub me, this added to the atmosphere. Cody also sold this like Brock had just revealed him to be Santa Claus, which is when he not only hit a normal Cody Cutter, but he hit a super Cody Cutter too. And I don't know why it's funny seeing Brock Lesnar sell a cutter, but it is. But as ever, he did it wonderfully, even more so, because Rhodes then grabbed him, gave him 1 crossroads, gave him 2 crossroads, and then Brock kicked out at 2. So we were doing the near falls, but I tell you, I was plugged in. The blood was also flying around everywhere, which again helped the spectacle. And I was like, man, we should all dream of being booked as well as Brock Lesnar. But then he hit the F5, and Cody Rhodes kicked out of that. So now they were on an even keel. Kinda. Brock basically whooped his butt. Around this stage, the referee also tried to wipe the blood off Lesnar's head. And I was like, what are you doing? He's never going to allow you to do that. It would be like going up to a lion and saying, hello, Mr. Lion, would you like to go out for a cup of tea? Lion be like, no, and now I'm going to eat you. I really was truly into this though, because I had no idea which direction which he was going to go. But I should have known. Because after Lesnar had locked in the Kimura and Cody was like, oh no, I don't want my arm to break, he remembered his training. He remembered what wrestling is. And he remembered the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up. And he got the 1, 2, 3. And honestly,
it sounds like a fire
rarely
match,
see that in a main event. I was losing my mind. So, of course, bring down the counter, we add another 1 to that. And I have seen some criticism to this match online. I disagree entirely. I thought it was awesome. You want Brock Lesnar to be the beast. You want Cody Rhodes to be the fighter who's like, man, I'm not going to die. And he still got the win here. The story continues. Honestly, it's absolutely quite tremendous. I mean, it would have been better if the title was on the line, but let's not worry about that. So it was just really solid stuff, and it felt like a big deal. Now I can't wait to see what we're going to do on Raw. It is getting it up. Which brings us to the end of Backlash Ups and Downs.
Obviously, it's getting up.
Gets an up.
Yeah,
this was just a
obviously.
joy. Brought on by a crowd that did all the right things at the right time when they were meant to do them. So honestly, WWE needs to take all of these shows and go around the world. I mean, it is a traveling circus at the end of the day.
It is low-key, that's funny.
Now please do leave a comment.
Alright, bro, Backlash definitely sounded fire. I don't know if everything deserved an up. He gave every single match an up. The way that Simon described it, it definitely sounded like it was entertaining to watch for sure. Brock Lesnar losing from a surprise roll-up, I'm not mad at it. From the way that he described the match seemed like it was a high intense match, a lot of back and forth. Brock Lesnar still looking really strong. Cody Rhodes still looking really strong. So the fact that he won from a surprise roll-up, I'm not too mad at that, man. I'm not too mad. Anyway, Backlash seemed fire. Raw comes on today. Yeah, we're going to see these storylines continue to develop, man. You know I'm a casual WWE fan, bro. WWE is entertaining. Shout out to the gang. Everybody have a good day. Have a great day. I'm going to see y'all next time, bro. Peace. She in the streets, playing with the